Welcome, Eagles, to the first ECHS swim documentary, for lack of better words. For a bit of an introduction, my name is Garrett Klein. I'm a junior here at ECS, and I've been swimming for the past 3 years at the school, and beyond that for 9 years competitively. And swimming is very near and dear to my heart, so getting a chance to talk about what I'm passionate about is amazing. This documentary includes a recap of our outstanding season, some exclusive stats, and interviews with our current teammates. So we'll just get started. For an overview, our ECHS swim team had an incredible season. Starting off with just girls sectionals, they placed seventh against some big schools like Castle Memorial North, Mount Vernon. The girls had 8 new personal bests and 6 podium appearances. This meet also ended the first season for the girls diving team, with junior Caitlin Turpin placing 11th and sophomore Sarah Kitch placing 12th. All in all, the girls had an incredible season. They performed beyond what they were ever expected to do. And moving from 12th last year to 7th this year overall in sectionals is just incredible and really speaks volumes to the work that the girls put in. Going into next year, they really look to expand their roster, hopefully gain an advantage over bigger schools, and just have fun with their next year. On the boys' side, sectionals was historic, and not just for our team, but also for all of ECHS athletics. It was the first time we had ever sent a relay to state or had a sectional championship relay. So a lot of new firsts for our team, and this includes 15 personal bests and 11 podium appearances, which is something that when I started as a freshman and we literally weren't known by anybody is just incredible. The relay was the 200 medley relay that was swam by myself, William Gilbert, Preston Lamp, and Stephen Lingy. The other sectional win and other advancement to state was my own 200 freestyle. Also William Gilbert qualifying in the 50 free but getting second. We would finish 5th overall at sectionals, which is a little bit lower than what we were expecting since we lost a relay to Mount Vernon. But going into this next year, we have some crazy momentum, and our morale is right up high, and we are looking to place big next year. Another significant event was Jacob Stowen's 8th place finish in the men's 1 meter dive. This is not only a hallmark for our team, but also for himself, as is his senior year. But this also paves the way for any future divers. The boys, we head to state then the weekend after for that 200 medley relay, where we would place 22nd. I would place 19th in my 2 free, and William would place 30th overall at state. State was a great experience, and it's something we're definitely shooting for next year. Should see the 2 free relay also go. Myself go again, William definitely going. Preston Lamp will also be going. We'll have a great team next year, and I'm really excited to see where that goes. Just to visualize the growth the team's experienced through this record-breaking season, I compiled some stats from the past 3 years to show growth not only for our school, but also for all of Southern Indiana swimming. If you want more time to look at these, they'll be sent out in an Instagram post at ECHS Swimming. For now, we'll just take a brief look. In swimming, the 200 medley relay and the 200 freestyle relay are critical to a team's success at meets, and are also great indicators of growth and roster strength. So to start off, we'll look at the 200 medley relay. For the men's side, you can really see how the relay used to be well above the average, as indicated by the red line on the graph. However, over 3 years, our relay has cut 16.78 seconds, an unheard of 14.5% improvement, and a massive 6th place jump in our sectional standings. In comparison, the average times in Southern Indiana have only dropped 1.3 seconds, or 1.1% improvement. This places our men's 200 medley relay at the pinnacle of racing in the region and contributes to their incredible win at sectionals. On the girls' side, the growth in our team is also extremely evident, with a 15-second cut, or a 10.7% improvement in speed. This brings our Lady Eagles ever closer to dropping below that average line and securing a top 3 podium placement. In swimming, a team's growth can be measured by what's called power index, which does a bunch of complicated calculations using times, rosters, and wins over opponents to create a score. In the past 3 years, our men's team has seen a 65.5% increase to this score, and the women's team has seen a 53% increase. These stats are completely unheard of in swimming and just speak volumes to how much our team has grown and will continue to grow in the future. And I know I myself am extremely excited to swim my last year as a senior, and I can't wait to see how this team grows and where they go. Now enough of me talking. I'll share some interviews that I had with current members of the team on their experiences and how swimming has impacted them.
I'm Jacob, class of 2025, and I'm in the swim and dive team.
Sweet. Okay, Jacob, as a senior, what is one big difference between your first year and your last year on this team?
One of the main differences was obviously just muscle and speed. As you just experience also, like as you continue through, you'll gain speed and just muscle. But I mean, there's also like the mental part of it of experience too, because you'll go like freshman year, you'll go into meets and you won't know how to experience them, or these events you don't know how to experience them. But like your senior year, you kind of know what to expect and know how to approach each meet. And then also like when you're cutting down time, like your first couple years, you'll see massive cuts just because you're learning the sport and you're learning how to swim competitively, and then you gain like more muscle obviously. But like your last year, like this year, I struggled a lot cutting a lot more time, because when you get to a certain point, it's all about technique and making sure you swim the perfect swim to cut or reach a certain time goal.
Yeah. What is one of your favorite memories of the team?
Some of the good memories is just like, even I didn't achieve this, but like just when Preston went to state last year, and when you guys went to state, like when our relays team went to state, it was like just overall a hype, because you're facing everyone in the entire like city at sectionals. So it's a really like an exciting moment when people go to state. And then like personally, like this year was a really like good year, because I was able to get like sub 30 on my 50, sub minute on my 100, and then I was also able to compete at sectionals for diving too.
Yeah. As a first-year diver, what does diving entail?
For a first-year diver, if you go into it with zero dive, obviously like practices, with how small our dive team is, it's 2 days a week. So really you need to be able to find a way to either get on the board or go to like a dryland facility to learn some techniques and stuff, because you don't have enough time, especially if it's like your senior year and you're doing it, you don't have enough time to be able to learn those 6 and 11 dives. Like if you start out like as a freshman as a diver, you might not need to go to these dryland facilities, but you also might not compete at all that year, because you don't know, because you still takes time to learn how to approach the board, how to do certain dives.
I'm Jack Angel. I'm in the class of 2027, and I participated in swim.
Sweet. As a sophomore, Jack, how have you seen the team grow over the past year?
I've just seen a lot more community with the team, and just times getting faster, us having more fun together, and just kind of becoming more of a family.
Yeah. Then what is one of your favorite memories of the team?
I would say one of my favorite memories is just the locker room after practice. It's always like fun and hype, and just a good way to end the practice after a long week.
I'm William Gilbert. I'm a junior and I swim.
As a year-round swimmer, what is one thing you love about this sport?
I love the discipline and just being able to like get up in the morning and go swim and just work at something that you really want to get better at.
Yeah. What's one of your favorite memories of the team?
I like any moment where I can share a memory with Dave Clark. So any of his famous quotes, or just all the stuff he does is really funny.
And then as a sprinter, what does swim sprinting entail?
A lot of pain, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know, just like being able to lock in on your event and just kind of give it your all, because it's super short and it's all about just trying your hardest.
I'm Autumn Brown. I'm a senior and I did swim.
As the only girl senior, how have you seen the team grow as a family?
We all connected really fast, and it's just, since the connection was really fast, we all grew pretty close quick.
What was your favorite memories of the team?
My favorite memory was like when after the boys sectionals, all the girls hung out at Sarah's house.
What is one thing that's hard about swimming but you love?
The discipline. It's really hard, but it makes you a better person in general.
In your experience as a coach, official, and swim fan, what makes ECHS swim stand out?
The thing that makes ECHS stand out as a swim team is our foundation. Our foundation is in Jesus Christ alone, and that is where we identify ourselves. It's not so much in the competition. While we still love to compete with the best, we love the opportunity to win. But ultimately, our wins, our losses, our successes and failures are not what defines us. Rather, it's our relationship in Jesus Christ. And truthfully is that frees up our swimmers more to go compete, have fun, and enjoy their sport.
You've been connected to Indiana Swim for a long time. How have you seen growth not only in our team, but also in the strength of competition in the area?
Yeah, I mean, Southwest Indiana has always had a strong history in swimming as far as being competitive. I mean, we've had Olympians come out of the Evansville area between Bryce Hunt all the way back in the 90s, late 90s, early 2000s, to Lily King recently, and even Michaela Jenkins as far as paraswimming. So, like, there's always been a tradition of excellence within the area. And you see really what's going on now is as we have seen club teams continue to rise and grow, and that we've seen a change in facilities like the Deaconess Aquatic Center. And before that was even Castle High School, where they've got an Olympic-sized pool. When you have those kinds of competitive teams growing in the area, developing swimmers throughout the year, it's naturally going to spill over into high school athletics. And really even at ECHS, is as we've had a couple of key swimmers that come in, while they're competing at a high level, what they've done is they've brought their joy and their work ethic to the team. And with that, their friends have decided to come out and grow our program. We have constantly grown each year, and really this past year we were able to even launch our first dive season and begin to compete fully in all events. So really the key is to the growth is that kids continue to find joy in competing and swimming, and swimming is one of those great sports. It's much like, you know, cross country or track, where the measure is not always against your competitor, but it's against the clock, and you can always find room for improvement and growth and celebrate those things every time they race, and really that builds confidence. And as a coach, that's the thing that we enjoy celebrating most, is seeing kids grow in their confidence and see that their hard work does pay off in events that they may think they never had the capability of doing.
What was one moment where you truly saw the massive growth made by the swim team?
Well, the swim team continues to grow, and I will safely say, we are not fully where we are yet. Last year, we had some really high expectations, and truthfully is in that 22-23 season to see Preston Lamp be our first breakthrough athlete and make it to the state level, and really set that pathway for us, really what became this past 24-25 season, where we sent a relay team. We had 2 individuals competing at the state level. You know, this is definitely our breakthrough season, and we still have so much more to do. and grow in. And what's really fun and exciting is we have all those pieces there. The piece that we're still looking to, even as the girls, is I'm already seeing the precursor to what was the beginning of the boys. For the boys, it's this junior class that really set the pathway. And now I'm able to watch and see through this current freshman class what is going to be that same precursor, that same launch into what potentially could be the birth of a really successful program on the girls' side too. So it's really fun and exciting to see how the kids continue to grow, they continue to develop, and they bring people along, which then is going to continue to make our program successful.
Thank you guys for your time. As you can see, the ECHS swim team and the sport of swimming has touched, changed lives, and helped to grow and cultivate our athletes. From my own experience, I can say that our team is the most welcoming and Christ-centered team that I've ever been a part of. And we're always able just to joke around or get to business. And we always have each other's backs, whether that's in the pool, cheering, or in life outside the pool. The ECHS swim team and dive team truly embodies the word family. If you're looking for a lifetime sport and an incredible team culture, I encourage you to join. We always have more room on our roster, and I can personally guarantee that you will leave a better person and athlete than when you entered. Thank you all for listening and maybe learning a bit about the incredible sport of swimming and how our team has grown. Feel free to connect to Coach Klein or myself if you're interested in joining this team as we make history. And as always, fly high, Eagles.